Hello everyone, my name is Siti Zulaika. We'll be presenting about the Recognition Prime Decision Model (RPD). The Recognition Prime Decision Model is a decision-making process where people rely on experience and patterns instead of comparing many available options. In other words, we don't spend time choosing the best option, but we choose the first option that looks like it will work. RPD was developed by researcher Gary A. Klein. RPD is extremely useful in situations where time is short, the environment is unclear and unpredictable, when we are under stress and pressure are high, and immediate decisions are required, and when a safety is at risk. So let's go to the history of Recognition Prime Decision Model. The Recognition Prime Decision Model was developed through research on how experts make decisions under pressure. Its story is tied closely to the work of Gary Klein, a cognitive psychologist specializing in naturalistic decision-making. It all starts in the early 1980s when the researchers examined how experienced decision-makers make quick and effective choices. Gary Klein observed that experts relied on experience and rapid judgment rather than step-by-step analysis. 1985 to 1989, Klein studied firefighters and found out that they recognize patterns from past experience and immediately choose a suitable action. This became the basis of the RPD model. In 1993, Klein formally introduced the RPD model, which quickly gained attention, especially in the military and emergency fields, because it reflected real decision-making in high-risk situations. Throughout the 1990s, the model spread widely and was adopted by the U.S. Marines, the Army, and industries such as aviation, healthcare, policing, and oil and gas. By the 2000s until today, RPD continues to be used globally in crisis management, healthcare, military intelligence, cybersecurity, leadership, and aviation due to its relevance in fast, high-pressure environments. The RPD model is widely used in professions like firefighter, doctor, soldier, and even aviation. Now let's watch the video for example. So here is how RPD works. There are three components of the Recognition Prime Decision Model. These components explains how experts make fast, effective decisions under pressure. The first one is situation recognition, the second one is mental simulation, and the third is satisficing. Now let's take a look at the situation recognition. The situation recognition is the core of RPD. Experts quickly recognize a situation based on their experience, familiar patterns, environmental cues, and previous similar cases. This allows them to identify what kind of situation they are facing without needing detailed analysis. Mental simulation. The mental simulations happens after experts recognize the situation. They mentally test a possible action by imagining what might happen, checking if the action will work, predicting problems, and adjusting the plan in their mind. This entire process happens very quickly, sometimes within seconds. Satisficing. Satisficing means choosing the first option that appears workable. Instead of comparing many choices, experts pick an option that is good enough and safe under time pressure. It is not necessarily the best option, but it allows fast and effective decision-making in urgent situations. In this scenario, the flight begins under clear and stable weather conditions. However, as the journey progresses, the aircraft unexpectedly encounters a severe storm. This sudden change marks the onset of an emergency situation. Through situation recognition, the pilot quickly identifies that the weather conditions have become too dangerous for the aircraft to continue flying safely. This recognition is based on experience and immediate assessment of environmental cues. Next, the pilot engages in mental simulation and satisficing by rapidly evaluating possible actions and selecting the safest feasible option. The pilot decides to perform an emergency landing at the nearest available airport to avoid the heavy storm and ensure the safety of everyone on board. In conclusion, people make quick and effective decisions by using their past experience and recognizing patterns instead of comparing many choices. Basically, RPD works in Three steps which recognize the situation, imagine what will happen, and then act. Overall, it shows that intuition built from experience can be a strong and reliable way to make decisions, especially when time is short and the situation is complicated. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.